because I think most adults do know that and say that. Sometimes they're just not following. It's like, oh, you gotta love what you're doing, right? And sometimes you're seeing kids go out there and oh, he doesn't want to be here. but you're gonna get some of that stuff, and you just hope it's monitored and sort of communicated about. But some of those ones are just like, okay, well, maybe it's best you go do something else that you truly love and that you're gonna work hard at anyways. The hockey. I know what the hockey's like, what the hockey's like, and it can be, the ups and downs. It can be tough, and definitely, if you're fully diving into it, investment wise, it can be a little tough that way as well financially.
Yeah.
But you'll like this one after what you just talked about. There is, I find a lot of young players were saying, as young as maybe 5, maybe 6, about all the way up to like 9, 10-year-olds. Parents always trying to get their kids on the ice, extra. And some of these even top players around the area, but even kids from other places I've seen and watched, and kind of whether I was able to talk to their parents or coaches, but same kind of thing is, I feel they can do other things. Yes, you don't have to go out and play our sports, but go to the gym for a little dryland session, do some running, do some jumping, do some body weight exercises. Kids these days are joining the BW dryland stuff and they like it. They just have to get there first and see what it's like for 1 or 2 times, and then they're liking it. I guess it depends on drills that you're doing and I guess who the coach is and stuff of what it's like. But I find them going on the ice 2 days, 3 days, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is crazy. But I'm like, well, he doesn't really need to get better at hockey right now. He needs to get better at getting stronger. Like, he's got the great hands, he's got the scoring, maybe he's got some pretty good skating ability. But at the end of the day, I was like, obviously these young kids have lots of different areas, and one especially being a little more strength to them. And that doesn't mean going in the gym and doing heavy weights for these young kids. It's just working on different things and building those muscles. And this is kind of what you do.
Yeah. So to preface my answer and thoughts on this type of stuff, once I retired in 2018, started my own business training general population, adults and athletes in the gym. And just because of my history, I ended up having a lot of hockey clients and specifically a lot of goalie clients. And so really started to dive into the literature and all that on long-term athletic development. And so that's become one of my passions is trying to work with young kids and have them and their parents understand, athletic development and the windows of time these kids have for maximally developing their athletic potential. And kids specializing at 8 years old in one sport is really a bad idea. We want them to play multiple sports and do a whole bunch of different activities to expose them to that wide variety of different physical traits that you need in all sports, but it will end up making them a better hockey player. Lifting weights becomes a big part of it for sure.
Some of the parents obviously, and they're not supposed to know everything, and truly a lot of these parents, I'd say at least 89% of them don't know what they're doing. Some say they do and some say they get it, but no, it's not. And it's just a matter of how you can efficiently build your player up. And it's not just stick handling around cones, it's not just skating around cones and racing, it's off the ice, doing the extra, doing some other things. And why not take that advice from guys that have gone through it, of course.
Yeah, no doubt. And we need to do a better job, I think, educating parents and families and stuff about why this stuff is important early and continue to be important later on down the line in hockey careers and in life too. Spreading out exposures over a long time period, making sure kids are having fun and things like that are of the utmost importance when it comes to developing a love for sport over their lifetime. So
yeah. Have any other areas that you'd like to share and dive into about, things that players, parents, and coaches may have challenges with or confused about, or the guidance part?
Yeah, I have, I train a bunch of hockey guys in the age range of 13 through junior players, so like 20-ish. And just they're all in different stages of their development. And the culture of youth sports has changed a lot. I'm sure it's the same over there on the island that we have. You know, when we were playing, it was like you played minor hockey until you were in bantam. If you played midget, you probably weren't a good player. And you would go from bantam into junior B or junior A or the CHL. And that was it. But now we have, you know, minor hockey teams, zone teams, hockey academy teams, and it's so spread out, right? That every level has been watered down a little bit. But like, it seems to me that parents and like they want to be on a specific team for the clout or for the name of the level that they're playing at, or I'm on the varsity team or the prep team or blah, blah, blah. And really, we need to zoom out and just take a look and see what's best for that player, for that kid. You know, is it going to be beneficial for them to move schools in grade 8 or grade 9 or whatever it is? Is this going to be good for their social development? Is this going to be good for their athletic development? Is it going to be manageable financially or time-wise or whatever? And so it's one of the pieces that I like to do is when we're talking about that with the parents, is just like, let's make this decision based on what's best for your child at this given time. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of it. You want them to still be playing hockey 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, or whatever. But also be a well-developed, like, good person, right? Nobody gets to play the game forever. We need to take a broader scale approach to this type of stuff, in my opinion, anyways.
Yeah, no, those are great points. Yeah, I just think so important for these parents to understand more and more. Obviously, we're all learning. At the end of the day, everyone, coaches learning, we're learning, everyone. And you know, sometimes things can be a little, I guess, tunnel vision and stubborn, I guess. So, okay. You know, I actually want to dive into this part of the adversity side. Probably will help the players a lot, parents and coaches too. Any adversity that you had faced in your career, but especially this injury before your WHL draft, what, you know, you probably at the time were very disappointed in yourself. It sounded like you said, oh, bad choice. Dad was disappointed. You know, but truly it kind of sounded like it worked out for you and possibly made you stronger. Maybe share that whole situation a bit of.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, injuries happen. It's part of hockey.